Well, that too. The button is clicked. And we are live. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to episode 2 of Weekend Wake Up with Disney World Freak. Today, I have a special guest here. As you can see on screen, it is our good friend from the other side of the pond, DizneyDan. Dan, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm always ready to talk about food. I mean, it's nearly lunchtime here, so I'm already thinking about food and what I'm going to have for lunch. So anytime I can come onto a stream and talk about food, I'm so there.
Well, once I figured what I was going to do this weekend, I think it was your last stream or you were on with Rob Fuzz and you guys brought up food, and I said, wow, that's what I got to do. I got to get on and talk about Disney dining because I myself am considered a Disney foodie, or any foodie. If I stood up, you'd see why.
We didn't get our bodies naturally. It took a lot of effort to get to where we are now because of our love of food.
It's been paid for twice over. That's for sure. You know, pretty soon I'm gonna have to take out a loan to take care of this body.
Already done that.
But we're saving a little bit now with Disney closed. But you know, eventually when it does open, it's going to cost me a little more to get back in shape, get into Disney shape. Where some people, Disney shape means, you know, nice and thin, wear the bathing suits at the pool. My Disney shape is make some room so I can fit some more Disney food in.
Yeah, just buying more stretchy pants. And so then when we do go to those restaurants, it won't feel as uncomfortable than wearing jeans or something.
Right? No jeans. Nothing with a belt for me when I'm
nothing with a belt.
Nope, everything's a pull string. And I'm not ashamed to admit that all I wear is Under Armour. Not a sponsor, but that's all I wear. It's great. I'm telling you, not to get off subject, but I'm wearing one now, and I wear one every stream.
Yeah.
These things, these dry fits. I mean, the way you sweat in Disney, it doesn't show.
No,
so you don't look like, you know, one of those guys that they just got off Splash Mountain.
Well, they think they've just come off Splash Mountain, but they haven't.
You know, you can still look presentable when you go to a Disney restaurant.
Yeah.
You know, inside you feel it, but outside you don't. And
exactly.
I'm telling you, they're just comfortable. That's just me. Again, Under Armour, not a sponsor, but wear that dry fit.
It will be at some point.
Hey, you know. So who's in the chat? Let me say hi to Joey's best bud. Keith was, well, third after myself and Dan, but first for everybody else. Keith, how are you? Who else is here? Tracy Glenn. Tracy, good morning, sir.
Hey, Tracy, what's up?
Thanks for being here. And well, that's it right now. We're early. I know I'm early. I like these early streams for the reason of, you know, nobody else was doing them. I figured people are not sleeping until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you know, every day. So I'm sure they're up. And with what's going on in this world, we won't use that word or those words. But
no,
you know, I figured everybody's home or
exactly
majority. So, you know, these early streams will be fun. It works out for me time wise. So yeah, that's why I'm doing.
We got Dougie here as well.
Yeah, I just saw Dougie pop in. Dougie, good morning, or good afternoon. Is it noontime yet? You're 4 hours ahead.
It's just gone noon. It's 12:34 right now. So
your clock hasn't changed yet. Coming up soon, no?
In a couple of days, maybe a week's time.
Yeah,
it's quite nice because you guys are only 4 hours ahead now, behind now. So I can actually go to bed relatively early when I do Fiasco rather than midnight when I start, and then 1 a.m. when I finish. At the moment, I finish at midnight, so which is great. But so when it changes.
Yeah, I get the time difference and the way you guys try to do the streaming from out there. You, Dougie, and Adam. You know, but that's got to be tough. Just like last night when
well, Adam was up till like 2-3 in the morning on Resort TV 1. So.
Right, Adam and Great Marco was on.
Yeah,
I don't know how you do it. I mean,
yeah, a lot of practice and a lot of it's a long one.
It's rough. Well, Dougie just popped in. Said Donna, good morning, Donna, sweet Donna. How are you?
Hey, Donna.
How are you feeling this morning? I know it's a little rough down there in Florida right now, and she's, you know, going through some things, and we're all praying for you, sweetheart.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so the reason we are here is to talk Disney food. We are going to try to fill this hour and a half. If we have to cut it short, we will, but I doubt it. Thinking some other guests might pop on. So we'll see how that goes. But so Disney food.
Yep.
Let's hit right to the heart of it. Give me your number one restaurant for you.
I mean, considering that a lot of people think of me as one of the foodies of the community, I think you'd think that there's a load that come to mind, but there's only one, and it's the best restaurant on property, and that's Sanaa in the Animal Kingdom Lodge. It is just if you've never been to Disney before, and someone says to me, right, Dan, you got to recommend me a restaurant to go to that's Disney, that's good food, good quality, good value, good atmosphere, it's Sanaa. And I'll tell you why. Sanaa has not only interesting food, like it's quite adventurous food, but it's also quite simple food as well. We went over in August, and we went with Walt from Mouse Talk and a few others. Dana was there. It was amazing. And Walt was kind of like a picky eater. He's a picky eater, and he had a steak. And you can go to these places which you think would be quite adventurous, and you can still have really great food for non-adventurous eaters. You have the bread service, which undoubtedly is the best food item, arguably, on Disney property. I mean, for what it is, it's like, what, $11 for like 5 pieces of large bread and like 12 different condiments. It's incredible. And it's all cooked, fresh, made. It's amazing. And then when I mean like the Disney factor, it's the theming is fantastic. You are literally sitting, watching the animals roam in their sort of savannah. The service is fantastic. And even just like the small things, like if it's someone's birthday, they do sort of an African-inspired happy birthday for people, which was amazing, which I caught on camera when we were there in August. And there hasn't been one year that I've been to Disney and not gone to Sanaa, because everything about it is just it's an experience. And, not a lot of people know about it. It's normally very, very quiet. It's not like Chef Mickey's where it's, crazy, crazy, crazy. Trust me, I used to work at Chef Mickey's. It's complete opposite. It is the complete opposite. And for a one dining plan credit, it's such good value. It is so, so good. And Dana, I'll take you up on that offer. We are going to go to Sanaa again next time I'm over. But it is fantastic. I mean, everything about the menu is great. And it's not one of those restaurants where you leave the restaurant and you feel insanely full. Like, you feel full, but it's like a nice, comfy full. If that makes any sort of sense. Like, it's one of those restaurants where I'm not like rolling on my stomach out of the restaurant. It's more a nice stroll. So
now,
but yeah.
Have you I know we talk about the bread service. I have only been to Sanaa once, and I haven't even really been there. We stood at Animal Kingdom Lodge once, and I ordered a takeout a little late, and I had the burger. I can't remember the name of it. I can go look for it. The burger was great. The burger was. I've seen some other streamers, vloggers talk about it. That burger being one of the best on property, and it was really good. Have you had any dishes there that you can recommend? Because I'm hoping people that need help. I know we have some friends, Disney Nerd Herd is headed down, and they're looking for suggestions for restaurants. So I'm hoping this all helps them. And we have a lot of friends. A lot of friends come to me and my wife Suzanne for suggestions, because they know I'm a foodie, and they know we've been to Disney 12 times. And so I'm hoping, that's another main reason for the stream today, is I'm hoping to help some people out. So any dishes at Sanaa that you can recommend? Because we can all recommend Sanaa. Definitely go. What a restaurant.
It's amazing. And what's great about the menu, especially with their entrees, you have sort of the main entrees that you can get, like a steak or a burger or some fish. But what I go for is sort of it's almost like a platter, a small platter, where you choose a little bit of something. And they used to be able to pick 2 sort of meat options, but I think they've only cut it down to 1, and you can have 2 others. So Dana said the buttered chicken. I would definitely recommend the buttered chicken. Not spicy at all. The chicken is succulent. It's really creamy. It's just got some amazing spices in there. The braised beef, if you love beef and it pulls apart, is just to die for. It's fantastic. You mix that with some of the rice. The rice is great as well. And then there's also some sort of curry potatoes or some. I have the chickpeas. Everyone thinks that chickpeas is kind of like, I don't know. I think it's something quite different. I really enjoy the chickpeas. It works really well with the rice and with the protein that you choose. And I think it's just that you get three sort of dishes, and they don't look very big on the plate, but actually, it really fills you up, and it's quite a hearty meal. And I really love sort of if you had to choose a protein, I'll choose the braised beef or the buttered chicken, and then you just choose sort of the curried potatoes or the rice or the chickpeas and something like that. That is a really good. If you really want to go a little bit more adventurous, that's what I would go for. But there's always steak, which is great. The burger you said was very good. I haven't actually had the burger yet. You can't really go wrong with fish. I think fish is always a good option. So yeah, I mean, any of those would be a really good option as for a entree. And then for dessert, I would go. I had this coffee sort of dessert. If you love coffee, there's a really strong coffee dessert, coffee and chocolate. It's almost like a mocha dessert. It was really nice. There's whipped cream there, it lightens it a little bit. And I mean, look, you can't. I feel like Sonar is one of those restaurants where you choose something and you can't really go wrong. Like, there's no sort of weak dish unless you choose like a child's meal, where,
right,
granted, it's good, but it won't fill your stomach.
And that's another thing I know about that restaurant or any restaurant. If you have a picky eater, a child with a picky eater, they will, cater to you.
Yeah.
We have two very picky eaters, and one's a 60-year-old.
Yeah.
So we tend to try to stay to. It's sad for us that we literally, when we go into menus at Disney, see where we want to eat this trip. We go to the child's menu first before we go to our menu, because we need to make sure that Ethan is eating and Michaela will pick something. Because as you know, with sit downs, once you make the reservation for 4, you're going to pay for 4. They're going to make you order.
Absolutely.
So we stay away from a lot of them. I want to
love the candy. The candy bar also is really, really good. It's I don't remember what the candy bar was. I know R. Johns is in the chat. Maybe he can describe what it is, but I heard that was really good as well.
R. Johns is in, and Jeff Resendiz, welcome in, sir. Good morning. Jeff is a local here of Rhode Island. Rhode Island or Mass? I think Rhode Island. My state here. Welcome in, Jeff. Thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing. R. Johns, thanks for waking up with us. Trying to catch up. My opinion, and we'll move on from Sanaa in a couple of minutes, and I'll give you my favorite restaurant. Sanaa, to me, just looking at the menu, and you got to have that palate for that food.
Yeah.
And thankfully I do. So and so does my wife. So thankfully for us. But again, if you go look at the menu, they have a burger. So if you don't have the palate, it's the one you want the restaurant to view. Because my opinion too with Disney restaurants, it is the theme. You don't go. I don't put myself. This is my opinion. I don't put food first. And then theming, and then location. I put theming, location, then food, because you could always find something on the menu. If you can't, I mean, look at the menu. If you can't find something, then don't go there. Don't waste all that money in not eat either. But the way I put restaurants when we go is the theming, the location, and then then the food.
But I would say the location for Sonar is a bit out of the way. Unless you're going to Animal Kingdom that day. But, I would make that trip any day to go there, because it is that good.
Yes, definitely. All right, well, I'm going to give you mine.
Go for it. I'm intrigued.
I am I am so into Cape May Cafe.
So you and Dave from Brandy and Dave will get on very well.
Yes. I am. Again, I have different reasons for looking at different restaurants. I like to get the food for my buck, so I tend to pull to buffets over, bring me a menu. for that reason. But I won't today. Today I will just for the food. Cape May gives you such a selection. If you love seafood, and they have some stuff that's not seafood, but I am definitely a seafood guy. Love the salmon. Love the all-you-can-eat clams, the fried fish, the paella rice they have on certain days, uh, and everybody freaks out for the crab legs. I like crabs,
Yep.
but that's not the reason why I personally go to Cape May. They're nice to have. I don't have that many. I won't even fill a bucket. I'll take a little, a couple of, arms of finger leg of the legs, and that's enough for me. I rather have the clams, that juice that it's in, that white wine juice that it's in.
Right.
That's yes, and then the dessert section. You can't. I have to my wife. It's a sad story. To me, it's never do again story. We went for our 10-year anniversary. Just me and the wife. We took a 4-day trip down, and some things happened while we were down there. We had a lot of problems with Disney, not us, but with Disney.
Yeah.
They ended up upgrading us to a different resort. All I did was ask and be like, you know what? I want to get out. We were at Pop Century, had such a bad problem getting into parks, getting Magic Bands to work.
Yeah.
We ended up letting them try to figure it out. So we ended up taking off to Disney Springs. Real quick story. From there, we took the boat to Port Orleans Riverside, our favorite resort. Definitely is. And just there, and I asked the manager, I says, can you take a look to see if my Magic Band's working? Pop's trying to figure it out. And he's like, yeah, it looks like you're still having issues. I said, you know what? I'm getting so tired. We're here for this, then that. First day's already ruined. He's like, what can we do for you? And I says, there's nothing you can do. I mean, just fix my bands. I want to eat. I couldn't buy food, couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I used my credit card. And I said, but I'll tell you this much. This is our favorite resort. This is why we're here relaxing. He's like, you want to stay here? I said, sure. Thank you.
Nothing like that Disney magic,
Right? No upcharge. He comped our food that we already had used on my credit card. He gave me actually basically more dining credits because we're on a dining plan.
Right.
And he gave us, and this is where the story was going, he gave us free passes. This was one of the first, or maybe second year of the extra magic hours they were doing when they started doing those little parties at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, the after hours. Yeah.
Right. I'm going to give you 2 free passes for that. Okay, so we're all ecstatic. Sounds great. But we had Cape May for dinner.
Yeah.
I overate. So much. Dan, I ate so much that I looked at Dan. I says, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't go anywhere. We're not going. So, long story short, we didn't go to extra magic hours. Suzanne was looking forward to it. Ended up going back to the resort, and I couldn't move.
Yeah.
You can do that at Cape May Cafe. You can. The food is that good, and you can over.
Yeah, you could definitely over it, and especially a Disney buffet is one of those rare exceptions where the food is so good that you can eat as much as you want without limit. There is one buffet which I think people shouldn't go to, just because of me. For me, I think Chef Mickey's is not good. Being that I used to work at Chef Mickey's and work at the Contemporary, and I just think the food quality isn't as great. And if you go somewhere, for example, Trails End or Cape May Cafe, that's where you'll get the best bang for your buck.
Yes.
Now, I have a confession to make. I have been to Cape May Cafe, but for breakfast. It was my short story. It was my second day when I was a Disney cast member on the college program. So it was kind of like our first Disney breakfast with all of our cast members, or everyone who's going to become cast members. And we all went. There was maybe 23 of us. And we literally went up to the counter and we said, do you have a table for 23 of us? And they were like, yeah, sure. We didn't have to make a dining reservation. It was fantastic. And the breakfast was fantastic. It was really, really great. Definitely an underrated place to go for breakfast. 100%. It was really just wonderful. Everything that you would want. And also, it was also a character breakfast. So
Right.
I think we met Donald, Goofy, and Minnie. It was really great, and we had a lot of fun. We just really enjoyed the breakfast there. Now for dinner, as much as a foodie of a fan I am, I like fish, but I really have a phobia of seafood, like shellfish. Um, it is one of those things where I know some people have a fear of spiders or a fear of heights. Mine is shellfish. So I try not to put it this way. In The Little Mermaid, I'm always rooting for the chef against Sebastian. I find them very creepy, and like the scene in Pirates of the Caribbean, the third one, where all those rocks become crabs. I can't watch that scene. I just can't watch it. It's one of those weird phobias that I think a lot of people get sort of a bit. I don't know. They kind of get shocked by. So, for me, a seafood restaurant is quite hard for me to sit down. And even if I'm not eating the seafood, if I know it's there, I find it very creepy. So I can't actually eat it. It's really bizarre. So I went for breakfast. Breakfast was fantastic, but for dinner, I think it's one of those places which, at some point, I would want to try. Not for the shellfish, but I'll have some of the seafood and the some of the fish and some of the meat options. But again, like there's so many options, and being that it is a buffet, you can eat so much of it, which is great. Right. Dan, sorry to hear that, but that means more for us. Yeah, I know, right?
You brought up Chef Mickey. I want to jump into that real quick. I agree with you with food at Chef Mickey. We've done it once.
Yeah.
It was. I had a bad experience with the wait staff.
Yeah.
Food, yes, was bare minimum.
It's average. It's nothing special.
In my opinion, I don't even give it average. I really don't. But I do tell everyone. I have a friend who's going out with her. She just adopted a little couple, brother and sister, and a couple years ago. But first time they're going to Disney is this year, and she is set on Chef Mickey. And I told her, I said, listen, it's the kids' first trip. It is Chef Mickey. It's nice to say I did Chef Mickey. I can honestly say that for myself. It was Chef Mickey. We did it. My wife wanted to do it. I'm glad we did it. Will I ever do it again? Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, I agree. It's one of those sorts of restaurants where I think you can go to once. But for me, if you consider what the restaurant is, the food, might be average, might be quite good. But let's just take that out of contention.
Yeah.
The restaurant is huge. So you might only see the characters once. Whereas if you go to somewhere like Garden Grill, or if you go to Cape May, or if you go to some of these other restaurants with character dining, you might see the characters more than once. And they're not sort of being rushed. Also, Chef Mickey's is insanely loud. You can't even hear your people, the people who you're with talk. Like it's, I was there as a custodian for a little bit, and I couldn't even just talk to some of the cast members because it was so loud, and everybody's rushing around. It is very, very just, for me, for the price of Chef Mickey's, you can go to Trail's End, which is pretty much the same food, but better, way better, twice. Like it's worth it. But Chef Mickey's, I mean, you could do it once, it's fine. I don't, want to sort of, I don't hate the restaurant. It's just because for me, as somebody who's seen it and used to work there, for me, there's so many better options. I mean, you can even just go downstairs to the Wave, and their breakfast is phenomenal, and their dinner is great. And that's way better value for your money than go to Chef Mickey's.
I'm planning. See, we're not breakfast people. We're really not. And to me, with Disney, and I do tell everyone, I know I'm wrong to an aspect, but to me, breakfast food is breakfast food. It's eggs, it's bacon, it's meats, it's sausage, it's omelets. I get a better breakfast getting an omelet made fresh because we stay at Pop Century downstairs at the food court.
Yep.
At Pop Century, I'd rather just have that for $8 than go spend $40 for a breakfast buffet or any other restaurant, for breakfast food. I know a lot, like I said, to an aspect because I know A lot of the sit downs, like Kona Cafe, has great breakfast that we've done, and we know Boma for their breakfast buffet. Or any of
Ohana's pretty good.
Yeah, but even Ohana again is another. They give you a platter of eggs.
But yeah, there's nothing sort of. They do have Tonga toast though.
Okay, all right. Well, that's one aspect. Breakfast. I'm saying for us, for my family, breakfast food is breakfast.
Yeah.
So we tend to do a lot of lunch and dinner at sit downs.
Me too, as do I. I mean, the only exception I would have for breakfast is Trails End, because it is that good.
Yeah, we've done.
Oh, you do brunch, right?
Yes.
But thing is, for breakfast, it's so good value. It's like comes up to $16 to $20. You just pay out of pocket and save your dining credit for lunch. So you're having sit down meals. Like it's great. Like Trails End for me is probably the most underrated restaurant on Disney property. Because it is that good. Jeffrey said, have anyone did the 1900 Park Fair? I've done it for breakfast and dinner. The breakfast is good. It's not great. I would say it's good for characters you've never met, like the Mad Hatter, Mary Poppins. I think it's good for a character sort of meal. I'll take that over Chef Mickey's any day. Dinner, I've enjoyed dinner in the past, but I went 2 years ago and didn't enjoy the food a lot. The character the thing is, 1900 Park Fair is good for characters. That's what it's there for. You know, if your daughter is really into princesses and meeting Cinderella and the stepsisters and Lady Tremaine, that's fantastic. But I would say food quality, I would just go around the corner to Grand Floridian Cafe. That's got way better food.
Yeah, we've done 1900 once ourselves for dinner. We've never done breakfast. Character interaction was great. The restaurant wasn't that full. It wasn't full. It wasn't at capacity.
Yep.
It was busy, but great interaction. We have some great pictures and videos with Prince Charming and Cinderella and the stepsisters. Food wise, again, it's another place I put it below average at best.
Yeah, it's not for food quality. No.
Yeah, it's an American buffet. I want to call it an American buffet. You get your barbecue meat, turkey, carved ham, whatever they had. I can't even remember. Michaela, my daughter, she keeps asking for us to go there because they have all-you-can-eat hot dogs. She's a hot dog fan, so is my son. But I am not going to use a $49 dining credit on books.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, because she's an adult now, 16 years old. It's not like you start doing the math. You didn't give away a child credit. You gave away an adult credit.
Exactly.
To hit back on Trails End, I totally agree. You pay out of pocket. It is so cheap. Brunch, I believe, was $23 or $24 for an adult.
Yeah.
$13 for a child. Again, Ethan only ate a bowl of cereal. Okay, so I lost $13 there, but I know I ate $24 worth, and I made up for him.
Yeah.
On what he didn't eat. Just the when they bring out the chicken wings, the ribs.
Oh.
And then you got the nice carved ham still from breakfast. I mean, you're talking.
Well, if you want a great place to find cast members, that's a big hot spot there because one, pretty much all cast members go there for breakfast because it's so cheap. Two, cast members get a 45% discount on it, so it's costing you like $11. That's probably cheaper than going to like Denny's.
Right.
So why go to Denny's when you can have Disney breakfast or you can eat? And that's pretty much what we did when I was a cast member. If I wasn't, doing a morning shift, I would go to Trails End once, twice a week because it was cheaper for me to go to Trails End than going anywhere else. Like it was just let me tell you, right, for the 3 months I was working at Disney, I only ate in my apartment maybe once a week, as in like cooking up some ramen or some mac and cheese. And that was it. I ate all the time out at Disney. Yes, it wasn't so much like sit down meals and stuff. I would have that maybe once a week. But, we had Trails End. I lived off chicken nuggets. I'm not even lying. Chicken nuggets and chicken sandwiches from the cast member canteen. That's pretty much all I ate for 3 months because, Disney cast members don't get paid much. So we try and found easier ways to eat good food, like Trails End, on a budget. So yeah, it's Trails End is 100% a must do. Must do.
And so is this one that Don has brought up a couple of times. We're going to hit on it right now. Don, Garden Grill at Epcot. Garden Grill, for interaction alone, because of the size of it, is great.
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic. You don't. I mean, the way the booths and the tables are set up, yes, you have people behind you, just like any restaurant. But to me, you almost feel like you're closed in your own cubicle.
Yep.
You have a booth, and they come to you, and you can film, take pictures.
Yep.
They play a lot of games with you, especially
the characters spend time. That's the thing. If you're comparing this to Chef Mickey's, the characters come to your table, they take the picture, they do your autograph, and then they go because there's so many tables. Whereas Garden Grill, they actually spend time with you. They're actually giving you a character interaction, which, yes, Garden Grill, you would say is on the pricier side, but you're getting what it's advertising. It's that interaction with Mickey and Pluto and Chip and Dale, but then you're also getting fantastic food as well. The food quality there is so good.
Again, we went for dinner because we don't do breakfast. I've seen a lot of videos of the breakfast. I have friends who've gone for the breakfast.
I've done dinner too. To
me, the breakfast again, it's your average platter of meats and eggs and tater tarts. So, but the dinner again, it's family style, but that turkey, the meat, the sides, the mashed potatoes or fries, and the vegetables. I mean, it's so even, and I'm going to put this out there, even if Ethan doesn't eat, I'll still do it. We'll get him something.
And you can order as much as you want. Like there's once you have that skillet of food, if you say I want some more turkey or I want some more mac and cheese, they'll bring you out more. Like there's no sort of limit of how much you can eat.
No, not one bit. And just the building it's in is a fantastic building to be in.
The land is
the land is phenomenal.
I mean, the land arguably has one of the best quick service restaurants and one of the best table service. I mean, you look at Sunshine Seasons, there is so much variety at Sunshine Seasons that, a lot of the time, I remember when I finished my meal at, where was it? It was either Via Napoli or Garden Grill. And I went downstairs in the Land Pavilion and literally, Dana was there, Mouse Talk was there, everyone was there, and everyone was just sitting, at Sunshine Seasons having a good time. It is a wonderful space. There's a lot of seating, which is good. So,
it's definitely a place that when you go and it's really hot, you need a break. You could always find an empty table down there.
100%.
Yeah, it's go down that escalator. The music in the background. If you want something cheap, I'm going to call it cheap, but if you want something quick and cheap, such a selection that Sunshine Season. I'm saying that 3 times.
Sunshine,
as downstairs. I don't know if they still do it, but we ended up having a quick lunch there once. It was more like a break. I think I'm the only one that ate. They have interaction with the children down there too. The wait staff comes out. Not the wait staff.
I think they do. I know it's quite quiet.
They do a little parade with the kids. They call the kids up and they do a parade around downstairs, screaming Sunshine Seasons and singing songs. That's another thing, parents can look forward to. You get a little break out of it. Kids have a little interaction. The music in the background. You can't go wrong with that building. And I agree. It's got probably in Epcot the best quick service and, for my opinion, sit down in the park. What is I forgot Trails End lease. We love the bargain Disney property besides 59 Hangar Steak dinner. Riviera. See, I won't get into those. I'm going to try to stick on restaurants that I've been to because Riviera wasn't even there.
Same with me. I haven't been to Riviera yet, so I'm looking forward to that.
I believe that steak she's talking about, Don, and you can correct me. Is that the steak you had on stream with Corey? I believe you were on stream with Corey and you had the hanger steak.
Yeah.
You or Odd Johns did. Corey had the burger and they both looked phenomenal.
I think Corey, like us and like Dave from Brownie Dave, also a very big foodie.
Yes.
we went to Boma together. We've eaten together, and the amount of zebra domes we got through was just ridiculous. But he did a video quite a while back, which made me go and try a restaurant for the first time, and that was Whispering Canyon at Wilderness Lodge. Whispering Canyon was my big sort of surprise of last year. I had the original skillet.
Yep.
Oh, just
that's the one I get.
Firstly, the amount of food that you get is phenomenal. And the brisket, I was like, can you bring me more brisket? Bring me that more brisket, because that brisket was amazing. And then it's also unlimited shakes. I think I got through 1.5 to 2 shakes. Whispering Canyon is definitely one that I would definitely like to go back and do again. Just because of the entertainment, the food is really good, and actually it's quite reasonable. It's not too bad for the price at Whispering Canyon.
Yeah.
So.
The menu selection, and I have my iPad open to some menus, but I'm not gonna go looking for it now. But if I can remember correctly, the menu selection was not that large.
It's not big at all. It's not
big at all. So it's a menu, and I tell everybody to do this. I'll shout them out too. I use allears.net.
Yep.
I love their menus. It's all there. For the amount of trips that Suzanne and I have been on, we still go just for fun, we go on it, to see if any menus have changed and whatnot. But the menu is not that large. So you do need to look through these menus before you decide to pick a restaurant, because I'd hate to get to a restaurant and look at the menu and then be stuck ordering something I'm really not going to want or should have never came for in the first place. Yep. But the skillet, you can't go wrong with the skillet. And now they have 4 different types.
There's 4 different types.
Last time I went, they had 1. They had the original.
There's the original. There's like a pork-based one, a seafood, and like a surf and turf one, and then a vegetable one.
Oh, I remember my wife had a turkey sandwich, which she liked. But again, there's nothing wrong with a turkey sandwich.
No. The thing is, some people, for me, obviously, I'll order the skillet because I know I am that much of a lover of meat that I could eat all of it, which I think I did, actually. You know what? I think the only thing I didn't finish was the mashed potatoes because they were quite heavy, and I was just like, I just want to eat the meat because I can have mashed potatoes any day. But yeah, and then I think Sarah had something else. She didn't have a skillet. Because I think the skillet is a lot of food. It is a lot. Yeah. Unless you are able to eat, 3/4 to all of it, that's what's going to, make the money. That's what's going to be, what you pay for. Because it is a lot, and it's definitely for a foodie.
To make the money worth, you need to ask for something else. For them to bring you more of something else in that skillet. Absolutely. Ordering just one and finishing, like you said, 3/4 of one or even one, it's a lot of money. I believe it's $28, $29 now.
20, something like that.
Somewhere in there.
It's on that side, but
right. And when you order for one person, they don't bring you as much as if you're sharing it, because they are shareable.
They are shareable. Not that I do.
No, no, but they charge you per person, so they are shareable. It's one of those dishes. But of course, if you order a single, they bring you, less amount. But to make it money worth, you got to be able to ask, like you said, for that more brisket, the more chicken, the more sausage. Sausage. Oh, the sausage is good. Yeah, sausage and I presented Joey there. Yeah, we need more ketchup. That was fun when we were there. Ethan was only like 2.5. Yeah. So his vocabulary, his talking wasn't all there at the time. But we knew what the show was there. So of course, Michaela had her chicken nuggets, and let's ask for ketchup, and that was fun. Everybody bringing the ketchup over. But Ethan is like a parrot, so Ethan heard it once. Before you know it, he kept saying it, and the ketchup would disappear. There's another table, and he'd scream it out, and here comes all the ketchup back, and we're on dessert. So it's like, but it is a fun restaurant. I want to get into the chat real quick because I apologize, I'm not following it that much. This is all it's all a learning curve for this new guy. I'm not at the caliber.
You're killing it, brother. You're doing
but I believe nobody's new has popped in. I know Jeff Roseni's was. Oh, somebody did pop in. I'm sorry, Alyssa. Alyssa was here. Hopefully, she still is here. I want to say hi to Alyssa. Trying to get her last name. Alyssa Stenberg popping in. Thank you for being here. Sorry, I'm not ignoring the chat. I'm trying to keep up as well as I can while talking to Joe, Danny. I'm sorry. Does anybody call you Danny?
You can call me whatever you want. I mean, people are now calling me like the sheriff of Nottingham now. So I mean,
oh right. I don't even know where Danny just came from, but yeah, Danny Zuko. But
I think when sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think when I came back from my trip, I think I made like a list of all the restaurants I went to and ranked them, and I can't seem to find it.
And I said I wasn't. I told you earlier I wasn't going to make a list. I should have, because now I'm like jumping. I don't mind jumping around. I kind of like jumping around because it's whatever comes to my head, or whatever dish pops up or the chat brings up. But we were in the barbecue section, so I am going to go into, my pride and joy. I know I said Cape May is my favorite, and it is. But I eat at Polite Pig 3 times a trip, at least. For the people that don't know what Polite Pig is, it's a wonderful barbecue joint over at Disney Springs. You cannot go wrong with anything on that menu. You can go there and order a platter of sides. They sell you three or four sides for one price. And that itself is a meal.
You know what? There's a problem though, because Disney Springs has come to a point where there are so many amazing restaurants. It's hard to choose one place. Now, Polite Pig, I think I've done Polite Pig twice or one. I can't even think. Once actually. I had the brisket, and that was incredible. It was unreal. I think it's definitely, if you are a big meat eater, that's definitely the place to go.
Yes.
And the value I think is good. I think the quality of the meat and how they cook it is really great. The sides are good there. And you know what I really like about it? It's in a very convenient place. It's near World of Disney. Oh, dude, just making me hungry.
That is, I eat that at least 3 times a trip.
Oof.
So, well, I go at least 3 times a trip. So let's say at least twice, because I will go to.
So what's your order? What's your normal order when you go to Polite Pig?
Right there, exactly right there.
So it's the brisket, the
coleslaw that it comes with.
Yep.
And I enjoyed the. I don't know how to present myself yet, so I'm not even going to bother trying. Oh my God, potato salad.
Yeah.
Potato salad with, and you can see it up top. Let me see if I can shrink. Yeah, I can. You can see it up top with a side of the baked beans. I love the sides.
The baked beans are good. The baked beans
are good. And like I said, we'll go there. I used to go alone. I was in the stream earlier. I believe it was Disney Nerd heard us, and we were talking about it. I tend to go to Polite Pig alone because, again, the kids don't eat anything besides what they eat, pizza and chicken nuggets. And Suzanne, a barbecue person.
Yeah.
Right. Well, but Suzanne is not a barbecue person either. So I would go alone and just eat.
Yeah.
But once we ordered, the kids picked up food, and I looked at the manager or the lady at the front desk outside, and I asked, I said, is there any chance that I can get my food and they can sit with me eating? I'll even sit at the outside tables, which is a wonderful place to sit. Just to have the view of the outside. Inside is nice, but if you can get an outside table and watch everybody walking around, just people watch, I enjoyed that myself. But they were so nice about it. Oh, of course, it happens all the time. Just, the kids brought their food in, sat with me, so I didn't eat alone. But this last trip, Suzanne's like, I'm going to go with you. I'll find something. Well, she had the salmon. Oh, damn it.
The salmon.
She had the salmon.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's good.
Yeah, the salmon and these sweet tater tots. Yes.
That looks good.
So now I have a partner. She loved the salmon so much that I have a partner now to go to Polite Pig. Only once. The other 2 times I'll go alone.
But that's the thing though, with something like Disney Springs, like I put it all into one category. I mean, you've got obviously Polite Pig. For me, the brisket is what I go for. Like you,
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. Earl of Sandwich. That is probably my favorite sandwich place in the world. I'm not talking in Walt Disney World. I think in the world. I always go for the buffalo chicken and avocado sandwich without the avocado because I'm not an avocado guy. That's always great. Chicken guy, dude, I go full out on chicken. I get the sandwich, I get the strips, I get the chips, I get everything. I mean fries, not chips, because we say chips, but that is great.
Right.
Blaze pizza, I always go for the puffy pizza, not the thin crust. There's
really?
more cheese. Oh yeah, more cheese, dude. Deluxe Burger, the chicken sandwich at Deluxe Burger is so good. And then Splitsville, if you're a sushi guy, that is best sushi on property. I'm telling you.
I will agree with your list there on pretty much all of them, except for Blaze Pizza, which is what the kids usually get to bring the plate pig. They get that and they bring the plate pig with them. It's great. Manager last time was trying to get a slice off of my son. And my son hogged the whole thing. 7 years old. He's like,
so good.
I'm going to touch my pizza.
I think it was like our second to last day this trip because of Dorian. Everything was shut except for Disney Springs. So Sarah and I went to Blaze. We got our pizza, and Walt just was like, "Walt, where are you?" And he just comes up and looks at our pizza, just like, "I need to walk away now before I eat."
Blaze is great. Earl of Sandwich. I always get the Thanksgiving sandwich.
I mean, it's classic. It's a classic.
It's great. My in-laws, which we addicted to Disney now, because they're starting to go more than us. Excuse me. Is they like oh my God, Chef
Smith's Homecoming, Homecoming.
Oh, not that one. The German guy, not the German. Oh my God, I have his cookware over there.
Wolfgang Puck.
Wolfgang Puck, thank you. He's not even German, is he? Romanian or something. But his restaurant, his quick service restaurant, is really good.
That's good.
Yeah. They have a great
I mean, you've got like Morimoto Asia. You got if you want some really good Irish food, the Raglan Road. Very good. They used to have at their quick service a deep fried Snickers bar. They don't have it anymore.
Oh, thank God.
So I mean, if you ever come to Ireland or Scotland in the UK, especially Scotland, actually, Dougie will know this if he's still here. You used to be able to deep fry a Mars bar. Now, a Mars bar is a lot like a Milky Way bar in the US.
Yep.
And it is the most incredibly deliciously calorific thing you'll probably ever eat. It is that good. It's like 1,000 calories in just one tiny chocolate bar that is deep fried. It is so good. And they used to have a deep fried Snickers bar at the Raglan Road quick service. I don't think they do that anymore, but that was so good. That was amazing.
Sure. I want to welcome into Disney Nerd Herders, Charlie, Stacey, and kids. I don't know which one is on, but thanks for being here. I know they're going on their trip soon, and they're looking for some plans for dining. And Amy's here. Amy, AGC Magic TV. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, I mean Disney Springs is in its category. Like, right. It you also said the burger joint, Deluxe Burger.
The chicken sandwich, trust me, that's a hidden gem there. Trust me. Don't go to Chick-fil-A or Popeyes. Go there. It's really good.
Really, you're comparing it to Popeyes? That's all.
I've never even eaten Popeyes. I know it's better. Look, I think when you do go to Disney Springs, there are some restaurants there that I'd highly advise not to go to. I think somewhere like Rainforest Cafe or T-Rex, unless you are really not an adventurous eater, you can go there. But there's so many better options. I went to Rainforest the day I got there on my college program, and it's so overpriced. You can't hear yourself think. The food quality is nowhere near where everywhere else is on Disney property. It's just don't waste your money. Go somewhere else. Go to even Planet Hollywood. I don't even recommend going to Planet Hollywood. I think it's definitely There's so many better options out there. Like a burger at Planet Hollywood will cost you twice as much than going to Deluxe Burger, and Deluxe I think has better burgers there anyway.
Totally agree. Totally agree. Rainforest, we went for last time we went to Rainforest was for our honeymoon.
Yep.
That was our because we stayed off property
Right.
days, and we ended up we had some family down there who Michaela was already born, so some family who babysat for us, and we went to Rainforest. Menu hasn't changed, and we've been married now. Okay, I'll probably get this wrong, but 13 years. I'm doing the math right now, but it's going to be 14. And I don't think the menu's changed because we've looked into it. Take my in-laws because my in-laws stick to quick service, so we've been catering to them a sit down here and there. And we thought he's another one, not picky eater, but you got to watch what my in-laws, my father-in-law eats. So we're like, oh, I'm sure he'd like Rainforest. You go look at the menu; it's the same one from 14 years ago.
I mean, we got one in London, and it's the same menu that is in Florida.
I had the shrimp plate, which is 4 different kinds of shrimp. I mean, it was all right, but for $30 for shrimp, or like you said, to go have a burger, yeah, I definitely rather go to Deluxe Burger.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Now, you had mentioned there's restaurants that you would recommend not to go to. I mean, we're here.
Yes.
So go ahead. What is your please do not go to this, and why? I mean,
obviously we've already touched upon Chef Mickey's, and we've already touched upon Rainforest and T-Rex. I think there's always you can always go and try different things. I always have this sort of thing where if somebody doesn't like a certain ride, it might be someone else's favorite ride. Right. I don't want to sort of say that I don't like it or I hate it. I just say it's not for me. And and I'm not saying almost like I don't, want people not to go there because I support businesses and whatever. But for me, there are just other options which I think are better. So, I mean, you take somewhere like, I don't know, just trying to think of a restaurant. I don't know. I'm trying to think of.
Hey, if you don't got one.
Okay, I'll go on. Right, let's take Tony's Town Square. Right now, Tony's Town Square. Look, if you like American-styled Italian food, with chicken parm and that kind of stuff, it's fine. Like for me, it's just an upscale Olive Garden. There's nothing too special about it, but it doesn't mean the food is bad. It doesn't mean the food. For me, there's so many other options in Magic Kingdom. You can go on the monorail loop. There's so many other great options out there. I mean, look, if you want to go to Tony's, that's fine. Like, I'm not saying don't go to Tony's. If you feel like you want to go and have sort of American-style Italian food, fantastic. If you want really incredible Italian food, for me, Via Napoli not only is one of the best Italian restaurants in Disney World, I think it's probably one of the best I've had in the US, in my personal opinion. I think the pizza is phenomenal, and the desserts are great there, and so I think there's a difference between ones that I don't recommend. It's more ones that if you feel like going to there, like, go for it. I don't, I'm not saying don't go. I just feel like there are just other options. I mean, even go somewhere like the Plaza. I think the Plaza is one of the most overlooked restaurants, even in Magic Kingdom, in the whole of Disney. And the food there for lunch is really good. Like, it's traditional, old-fashioned, American comfort food. There's burgers, there's toasties, there's unlimited shakes. It's really good value too. I mean, I would take going to the Plaza or Crystal Palace over Tony's any day.
Tony's was on my list of the question I asked you. To me, I agree. I compare it to an Olive Garden, and I'm not a fan of Olive Garden myself. It's just a plain Italian.
It's not special. It's not like anything. I think the theming is, it's fine. It's definitely got that Lady and the Tramp feel about it. I think I like it more at night than I do in the daytime. But I think, there's so many more options in that sort of radius that you can easily get to. I'm not saying go and get on a bus to Animal Kingdom Lodge and go to Sanaa, which is miles away. I mean, you've got Ohana right near you. You've got, if you want to spend a little bit more money, go to California Grill, go to Skipper Canteen. You know, there's so many other sorts of options that I think are worth the money than going to somewhere like Tony's.
Yeah. See, the Plaza is another one for me for two different reasons. The menu itself. When I go on these vacations to Disney, I try, and I know we can't always do it, but I try to eat something that I know I'm only going to eat once a year.
Yep.
You know, on these trips or once every 2 years. So the Plaza is another one. It's cute inside. The little shakes is great, but the menu is just so plain. It's a turkey club. It's a burger, steak and cheese. It's, you know, because we just had, that was Michaela's choice for her birthday, for her Sweet 16 birthday while we were down there. You know, she wanted to go to the Plaza. We had a very bad experience wait staff wise, very bad.
Wow.
Yeah. I've ran that story one too many times, but I mean, real quick, we were there. You know how for birthdays, if you've been in a Plaza, you know, everybody gets recognized. She never did. It was a Sweet 16. She had her pin. We told the waitress, you know, yeah, she picked this. This is the only sit down we're doing. And we're seeing everybody, you know, with birthdays, they're all saying the mayor's out. And she was just completely ignored. Waitress brought the check and said, thank you, anything else? And I'm like, wow. I pulled the manager outside. I'm not ashamed to blast anybody. I'm paying this money. I'm gonna, you know, just like a restaurant here. If we go to a restaurant here, wait staff screws up, I'm gonna let everybody know about it. And I let them know about it. They took care of us, and that's not why I did it, but they took care of us. They ended up giving it. You know, the management is great there, but to stick to the food, to me, the Plaza is just
I think it's definitely a hit or miss. I think in terms of the value of it, I think it's not too bad considering you are in Disney. I think the food, you know, it's standard, it's simple, it's not bad. You know, it'll fill your stomach. It's nothing, you know, crazy. But I mean, I've had bad experiences at, you know, Crystal Palace. I love Crystal Palace. I think it's a great breakfast place. But I had a cast member this year who, you know, she came around, she, you know, gave us orange juice, she gave us, you know, coffee and whatever, and nothing too crazy. She didn't really I had to sort of just, you know, get her attention a couple of times, but I feel like a cast member can make or break your experience. Now, I understand, obviously, a restaurant can be sort of a very tense sort of working environment. Of course, you know, it's very sort of, you know, moving around a lot, and I get that. But, you know, for me as a cast member and the experience I've had, it's, you know, you treat every single guest like a VIP. That's what we were taught. You know, every guest that walks through your door is a VIP. It's their vacation. It's their time. You look after them. And I think sometimes, you know, you like your experience at the Plaza, you know, that can make or break your experience. And I think you know, it is a shame. It is absolutely a shame if they, and that's why I go back to somewhere like Sanaa, where it's such a calm atmosphere and they look after you and they sort of, you know, I mean, just things like you're walking to your table and they tell you a little bit about Sanaa and the history and you know, just something different and interesting and grabs your attention rather than, all right, here's your table, do you want a drink, blah blah blah. It's not, they're not going that sort of extra mile, which I know they do. They go to that extra mile, but it's Disney. It's that high expectation. It's Disney is known for their customer service, and when you don't get that customer service, you're like, you know, what are we at that theme park down the street, which I'm not going to name? I mean, it's sorry, I refuse to. Yeah, but it's true. It's known for their customer service.
Yeah, I mean, it broke our trip because that's why we were there. It was her Sweet 16 birthday party trip. She wanted a party. We convinced her to go to Disney, bring a friend. We brought a friend down, and this was her birthday thing, and it got ruined that quick by one waitress.
It's a shame.
You know, even if you would have told me that, listen, for us to sing, you need to buy a dessert. Fine, you know, bring me a bowl of ice cream. That's fine. I collect the Mickey pants. You know, bring me a mini pant. I would have been happy. A mini dress. with ice cream. Fine, I win and she wins.
Yeah.
But Dan, when I'm telling you, when this kid is getting sung happy birthday to, when the mayor is singing to this one, comes out and does a big thing, and that one, there had to have been 6 of them that day. And I'll wait, and my daughter's just sitting there hoping and waiting that anybody would just sing happy birthday to her. And again, I could see if we didn't even tell anybody, but she had a pin. She had her Mickey ears with the cupcake on. We literally put it out there to see if it would help.
Yep.
This is why we're here. Give her the experience for the reason we're here. And nothing, Dan. I mean, the trip, I hate when my children cry, unless I make them cry. But
I do that all the time at work. It's fine.
Yeah. when your daughter is heartbroken for the rest of the trip, and again, they made up for it with little things here and there. The day was ruined. That was her, and it was on her birthday. It was on the day, so the day was ruined. The trip, you can't make up for the rest of the trip because we're still gonna have fun. We're still gonna ride rides. I mean, they gave us, I don't want to get into it, but fast passes. Enough with the fast passes, people. Stop offering fast passes for everything. It does not fix everything, Disney.
It's not. It's not the solution to things. No. And I think it's we have these sort of times where and I think sometimes when you go to these restaurants, Disney restaurants aren't cheap. They aren't cheap. No. Even when we were talking about Trails End, Trails End, for an average family, it's still, considered expensive. So when you go to, all these restaurants, you're still, you are a paying customer. Yep. And if you're not getting that satisfaction, then, you got to question, what is going on? What, I need to talk to the manager. I'm not getting what I deserve. And, there are restaurants that I feel do that better than others. That's why I think somewhere like Tony's, I feel like, it doesn't go that extra mile. It doesn't, it doesn't look after you like it normally does. So we'll see. But I want to ask. I actually have 2 questions. So we have this somber note, but I want a funny. I want to know what your funnest experience you've had at a Disney restaurant.
Funnest experience?
Something that's just was hilarious, or that you thought was fantastic, or Or do you want me to go first while you think of something?
Yeah, go ahead. You go first.
Okay, so I was at 1900 Park Fair about 2 years ago. And it was me and 3 of my friends, all female, and I was the only male. So obviously I was getting a little bit of ridicule from the princesses and the princes and all the characters. It was kind of funny. And so we had Cinderella come by, Prince Charming come by, Lady Tremaine come by, and Anastasia come by. So I was waiting for Drizella. And Drizella comes over to our table and she goes to me, so which out of those 3 is your princess, your queen? And I'm just like, well, none of them. They're just my friends. And she goes, oh, so you're available? And I'm like, okay. So she grabs my arm. She pulls me out of my table into the middle of 1900 Park Fair. She shouts across the room, "Mother! Anastasia!" And I'm just like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. And then as soon as Anastasia and Lady Tremaine and Cinderella and all of them look, you see me and Drizella like dancing in the middle of the restaurant. and she goes out of nowhere, we're engaged. He's amazing. And then you got like, they're all interacting. It's fantastic. And it was one of those experiences where, look, I know 1900 Park Fair is maybe not the best for food, but in terms of character, I've never had amazing character actions anywhere else apart from 1900 Park Fair. And that Drizella was fantastic. She was great. And I wish I filmed it. It was one of those things where it was kind of just before the YouTube time. And it was just hilarious. And for me, like, I'm always up for doing crazy things. Like I'm always, when I'm at Disney, I'm always, doing ridiculous things. Look at me at the Beverly Challenge. I think Dana knows I do just silly things at Disney, and I'm always dancing everywhere and having a good time goofing off, and because it's a great time just to look, the people around you, you're not going to see them ever again, so it doesn't really matter. Right. So I'm always that goofball who's always trying to like have a good time. So of course I got up and acted with Drizella. It was really funny, and it was just a really great time. and that was probably one of the funnest dining moments I think I've had at Disney, for sure.
Yeah, dining for fun. I can't even think of any. I'll be honest with you. Like I said, we do a lot of more quick service than table service, but nothing comes to mind. A couple of sad things, if you want to get into it. Ethan's first trip, he was 2.5. Um, hated characters.
Yeah.
It was one of those trips that he would scream, and Garden Grill was one of them. Mickey came by, and he jumped out of his high chair onto my wife's lap, and it was an awful trip for him that year. But overall, park wise for us was a great experience at Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor.
Yeah.
I saw yours during Halloween.
Yeah. That was I think that was definitely one of the highlights of last year. I was there with Nick, Dana, Samantha, R. Johns, and my friend Sarah. And them just if you haven't seen the video, just them just picking on me with the light. And it was really great. I think you might have seen is they were like, this guy will dance for candy. So I start dancing for candy. And then the family in front of me just throw candy at me and just like, here you go.
Yeah. See, my wife hates being on camera, so they put her on to dance because we were there for one of the regular shows, and this person will dance.
Yeah,
it feels like dancing, and it was her, and she wouldn't move, and then the camera would go to me, it'd go to her, and I was trying to get her to dance. I'm like, so I just got up to dance. So the camera ended up staying on me. I'm like, awesome, I'll take it. You don't want to get out? I'll do it. That's fine.
It was fantastic. So
Tina's in T Marie Photography. Tina, thanks for being here, and Alyssa's back. I want to just get back into dining real quick.
We haven't spoken a lot about quick service.
No, I know, and we're running out of time. 24 minutes, 22 minutes. Quick service. My favorite, and this is the one I was about to get into, is the bakery in France.
Nice.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce it right now.
Leal.
I can eat everything in there, and I think I have already at one time altogether. But Suzanne and I, we purposely make sure to have a lunch or dinner, but more a lunch at the bakery. The lobster bisque, the ham and cheese on a croissant, the baguette, all of that, plus some dessert, and the beer for myself, the 1664 French beer, all on snack credits. We don't use a lot of snacks, and I mean we can get into that too today, but we don't eat a lot of snacks. More Starbucks for the girls, my wife and my daughter. So we always have snacks left over. So it's great when you get to the bakery and you got about 30 snacks left. Yeah. You can make a great meal choices there.
100%. 100%. I remember a couple of years ago, I was in Leal with some YouTubers, and we were there till 11:30 at night, eating lobster bisque and eating pastries and all that kind of stuff. And it's so good, and the quality there is great, and it's definitely a dining plan snack credit place. It's definitely, because it can be quite expensive if you don't have snack credits. But for overall food quality and you got the gelato place next door.
Yeah,
that is good. That is really good. So
Michaela's had an ice cream from there, and she loved it. I tasted it. Hold on, Walt just replied to me. Now he just saw it.
But it is definitely a really, really good place to go. I mean, for me, I could list you 20 places to go for quick service. I mean, there's just so many. I can't even. I can't even just choose a best one, because like each day will be a different day. Like, for example, when I plan a Disney vacation, I plan around food. I'm not even lying to you. Not just around dinner time or lunch. It's my quick service restaurants. It's my snacks. It's my and for quick service, I can give you 3 places to go eat in each park, and then at least 5 to go out of the parks. Like it's that crazy. Because there's such and I think people get sort of that misconception that Disney's all about chicken nuggets and hot dogs and burgers. It's not. Right. There's so much great stuff.
Have you been to Captain Cook's at not Ohana, at Polynesian. The menu
Late
at
night.
Captain Cook's is almost like a sit down.
Yep.
The dishes on that menu.
Yep.
From the seafood stew they have there, or did, I believe it's gone. The seafood stew, a lot of rice bowls, the wings. Oh my God, the wings.
So Captain Cook's has a special moment in my heart, a special place in my heart. If, let's say, I was having a really bad day at work, I would get on and I finish at 1 a.m. Instead of going home, I went to, and I didn't work the next day, for example, I would get on the monorail, I would head over to the Polynesian, and obviously it's a 24-hour quick service, which is fantastic.
Is it 24 hours?
It's 24 hour. It's 24
Really?
hour.
Oh,
And I
dangerous.
got the flatbread, and I
Yep.
boxed it up. No, obviously there was no line. I boxed it up. I took it down to the beach. It was maybe about 2 a.m, and I just sat, listened to the waves, and just there was no one there. Ate my flatbread, and then what was great is the buses to get back to Disney housing always went from the Polynesian. So I would get on that, and it would take me home, and it was a really great night. And it was just a way for me, because obviously Disney is a manic place. It's crazy, and as a cast member, you're on your feet all the time.
Yeah.
It was the one point where there was nothing going on. No one was around. It was quiet. It was peaceful. I got to breathe, which was amazing, while stuffing my face.
Right.
It's just fantastic. It's a really great quick service, especially out of the Disney bubble.
Yeah, a lot of those resorts have. I think the resorts have better quick service than the parks, except for maybe.
Depends where, I think.
Well,
I would say
yeah,
Epcot has got some great quick services.
No, and I was going to go there with the bakery. I guess Sunshine, but Captain Cook's. What's the one at Grand Floridian?
What is the
Yeah.
name of that? I've never eaten at the quick service at Grand Flow.
That one's really good. They got
never eaten at that
too.
one. But, I mean, I've got the Contempo. Yeah, the Contempo Cafe is good. That's got a really great chocolate chip peanut butter cupcake. That's really nice.
Joe was real the lobster roll at Columbia House.
Okay, so Columbia Harbor House is definitely the best quick service in Magic Kingdom, hands down. Look, Cosmic Rays is fine, but it's so busy. It's so busy. I read a fact, like, it was the busiest quick service restaurant, fast food restaurant in the world.
In the country, yeah.
No, in the world.
In the world. I heard in the country, okay.
Because it's always packed from the minute it opens to the minute it closes, right? And you go to someone like McDonald's in the US or somewhere, and it's busy, but it's not busy from the start, from the minute it opens to the minute it closes. Whereas Cosmic Rays, and it gets the foot full. The amount of people who get through Cosmic Rays is insane. It is insane. And don't get me wrong, I think the chicken nuggets at Cosmic Rays are really, really good. But Columbia Harbor House, dude, is just amazing. And I don't even eat like seafood.
Right.
Like the chicken nuggets there are good. There's some really great chicken options there. The quality is good there. Pecos Bills, I mean, for nostalgic and tacos and pickles and all that kind of stuff.
That's our favorite quick service in Magic Kingdom.
It is good. You got to go at certain times though, because it is busy there too.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying food-wise, we love Mexican. Yeah. And I get the taco trio, the steak, the chicken, and the pork.
Yep.
Oh my God, it's so good. But another quick service in Magic Kingdom. I know it's just hot dogs, but Casey's. Yeah, I gotta have a Casey's foot long at least once, if not twice, and it usually happens around midnight, which is not good for you. God knows it ain't good.
There's something about Casey's which I just don't find appealing. It's very sort of ballpark greasy hot dogs. Which
yes,
don't
bring
get
it
me
on, buddy.
wrong, don't get me wrong. Like everyone loves a
Sorry,
good,
those soccer
good
stadiums
greasy
out
hot
there.
dog, but I feel like there's no time in the day that I would want one.
Oh no, my in-laws stick it to us when they're out there, with the rest of the family, and we're not there. They'll eat it once in live, FaceTime with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those places. Even they know that Carlos has to have. But I don't mind those greasy ballpark hot dogs. Bring it
I mean,
on.
just looking at some other ones on my list, one of my favorites, which I go to every single year, which is definitely for the adventurous eaters, but I think for me, arguably, it's probably one of the best quick services on property is the Tangerine Cafe in Morocco. Now, if you love shawarma, right, hold on. If you're an Avengers fan and you want shawarma, that's where you go. That is I call it the Avengers platter because it has like lamb and chicken meat. It's got couscous. It has pita bread. It has it's got like hummus and tzatziki sauce, and it's a huge portion. Like it will fill your stomach, and it is
I've had it myself. It's really good. You got to have the palate for it.
on the side. Just that right there is amazing.
Miguel, welcome in. Miguel Benitez Jr. is here. Thanks for popping in, sir.
What's up, Mike?
Oh, I miss Mike. Yeah, I was trying to follow that chat.
And I think as well for me over the last couple of years, Satuli Canteen. Oh, dude, Satuli Canteen at
still haven't had it. Yeah,
haven't had it yet.
No, have not. No.
Okay, all right. This is what you need to do. This is my top tips because I had this summer. So I always go for the rice bowl with either the chicken or the steak. I would get I'll get the creamy sauce. It's really, really lovely, and it's a massive portion. But before you order, you go up to a cast member, preferably someone who's like quite bubbly, who's really getting into, and just say to her, I've heard that the cheeseburger pods are really amazing. I really want to try them, but I'm not too sure. Is there a possibility I can just sample one? And she'll come out with, and I got this, she'll come out with a cheeseburger pod. And so you get, hold on, for free, you get your meal, your rice bowl meal with your steak or your chicken, and on the side a cheeseburger pod, and then you get the Pandora juice thing. Oh, like that trust me, is in my top 3 favorite quick services on property, hands down. So
I've heard a lot of good things about it. I have my cousins, my wife's family, who goes down 3 or 4 times a year. They tend to, the younger kids tend to eat there a lot, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. Something to try definitely next time. This still, again, and I say that 11, 12 trips. I don't even remember. I'm sure I've lost count, but there's a lot we haven't tried. Yeah, there really is.
Yeah. Oh, same here. Same. I've got.
It's crazy to say it.
I want to go to. I mean, there's, even some of the resorts I haven't even been to that I want to go and try and just try in different restaurants, and even some of more of the maybe two dining credit restaurants I want to try.
Right, the signature ones. Yeah, we were gonna do
Narcoossee's, yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed to do that for our anniversary, but we ended up changing to Cape May. Yeah. So,
well, in April, I'm planning to do California Grill with my other half because I think there's nothing more sort of special or romantic than doing California Grill, watching the fireworks, and just having a really lovely meal. So
yeah, another place we haven't tried. So I mean, someday.
It's good. I had brunch. I had brunch for free there.
Wow.
I had brunch for free there. It was good. It was very good.
Yeah, snacks. We got a few minutes left. A couple minutes left. Snacks. Let's jump into snacks if we can. I'm not a snack person myself.
Right.
Well, it depends what you consider snack, because I can go to the bakery in France and have chocolate mousse 4 or 5 times a day, and I guess that is considered a snack. An ice cream bar, sure. I'll buy every popcorn bucket there is, but I'm not a popcorn
Yeah.
eater.
Yeah.
You know.
I think
So what's your snack? What's your go? You know, every trip I gotta run and get the snack because I am in this park and I'm not leaving without having it.
I'll have to do like in each park, I think. But for me, what I did last year, because obviously on the dining plan you get 2 snacks a day.
Yeah.
I would have 1 snack a day, and then I'll save the other one, which I had for food and wine. That's the best use of a snack credit. Go to food and wine, 100%.
Besides the festival, because
so beside the festival,
that's a whole different.
That's a whole different ball game right there.
Yeah, that's a whole. They need a 2-hour stream just for the food and wine.
Magic Kingdom, I think it has to be the Dole Whip. The Dole Whip for me, just there's nothing more Disney than I think the Dole Whip. I've tried the Citrus Swirl. I've had the Peter Pan's float. I've had a lot of the variations, but I think nothing can really beat that as a snack. The Dole Whip is classic. I always get the pineapple juice underneath. It's fantastic. Epcot's always a bit of a tough one because there's so much to choose from. I really love the 3 different types of popcorn outside the Land Pavilion because it's something different. There's the sour cream, the buffalo, and the blue cheese. That's really, really quite good. I am a sucker for slushies. I love slushies. I could drink my weight in slushies.
Have you had the blue one? And I only noticed by color because I couldn't even tell you the name. There's a blue one at over by Dumbo in the circus tent.
I've not. I've had the blue one from.
There's a blue one there. Michaela always has to get blue slushy. She goes in there and.
Oh, isn't it opposite Ariel? I think that one's opposite Ariel. The ride.
No, the one she gets is inside. In the what is that? In the store, the circus store inside.
Oh,
can't remember the name of the store now. But that one.
That one. I know which store you're talking about. Isn't it like the over the top store or something?
Yeah,
like that? Something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that. Something circusy. I could drink slushies all the time. There was a great story where I was during my cast member days. We were going to the Cheshire Cafe, the Cheshire stand near the Mad Tea Party, and my friend said, "Right, can you go and get us like 4 or 5 slushies, one for each of us?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll go do that." So I go towards the cast member, me being me, I was just like, "Hey, can I have 4 slushies, please?" And I was like, me being me, I was just like, "Oh yeah, this is our first day as cast members, blah blah blah." And she goes, "Oh really? It's your first day as cast members?" I'm like, "Yeah." So well, these are on Mickey, and I'm like, "What? You're giving us 5 free slushies?" And she was like, "Yeah, so your first day." And I'm like, "Sweet,
right?
Cool."
Anything free in Disney is
I'm happy with that.
It makes you
so Epcot, I would go for the popcorn, the different types of popcorn, but then like there's so many good stuff around World Showcase. Like you can't even I can't even think of. I mean, the kakiguri in Japan is good. The bakery over in Norway is good. The pizza window in Italy. There's just so much good stuff. Hollywood Studios is a tough one. I used to love the original carrot cake cookie at the writer's stop. Then they got rid of that. Got rid of that store. The carrot cake cookie was my favorite snack at that point, but the new one isn't as good. And I'm just trying to think if there's any sort of snacks in Galaxy's Edge that I would eat. Not really. Maybe something from Woody's Lunchbox or something. I mean, the Pop-Tart of Woody's Lunchbox is quite good. And then Animal Kingdom, for some reason, I find it really nostalgic to have a Mickey pretzel at Animal Kingdom. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it's about. I think it's just the humidity of Animal Kingdom. I always seem to have something quite hot. And for me, although I can't get this as a snack credit, I kind of do this 2-for-1 under $10 snack where I go to the Yak and Yeti quick service, and if you get 2 egg rolls and a side of chicken fried rice, that's under $10, and that's a meal right there. Wow. And it's really good. Like it's really the egg rolls there, fantastic, and the chicken fried rice, all of that is a small, like, good sized meal for under $10. That is kind of like my go-to snack where I can't use a snack credit.
Right.
But
I always get a pretzel at Epcot over in Germany with the beer. That's my place for
the proper pretzels from Germany.
I mean, right. I get that one, and a snack credit that I always go to is at Animal Kingdom is at Mr. Caramel's seasoned fries.
Oh,
it's
I forgot about
stand.
Seasoned fries. Oh, there's
with that relish mayonnaise sauce they put on
spicy,
it.
Yes, I think is it a spicy sauce as well? Oh,
it's not spicy. It's a cold.
It's not spicy.
No, it's a cold.
It's like a tzatziki sauce. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's good. That is,
I know I have a picture somewhere.
That was even on one of my Disney Food Fridays, and I completely forgot about it.
Well, we're coming down to 4 minutes left, so I'm going to do a little cleanup. I know, not cleanup, housekeeping, whatever. See, I haven't even gotten these good words together yet. Dan, I'm going to let you start off if you want to shout out your channels and your channel and when you're on.
So
I know I have it written down somewhere, but I don't see it. So yeah. Obviously, my name is DizneyDan, DizneyDan, all one word. I think a lot of people in the chat, you're all sorts of friends of mine, and you know, I always talk to a lot of you guys, and always, you know, I'm very thankful for all of you who jump into my stream and, you know, taking the time out of your day to you know, visit my channel. So I really am truly appreciative of that. But if you don't know me, I am Dan from DizneyDan. I do live streams every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's tonight, except tonight is a bit different. Tonight I'm going an hour early at 6 p.m. because at 7 p.m. I will be on the new sessions with the Viper Project. Viper Project, a wonderful channel who I've known for about 2 years, and they are bringing back sessions this evening, and I'm really super excited to be their first guest back after their long hiatus away, and I'm really truly honored by that. So if you haven't checked out Viper Project, I'll be on sessions tonight with them. Disney Fiasco tonight will be 6 p.m. I'll be joined with Dole Whip Dad, Steve's World, and possibly Meg from Mickey's Magic. We're going to talk about our things that we miss about Walt Disney World, especially during the times we have now. Just the things that we miss, even if, you know, this thing isn't going on at the moment. If you have the Disney blues, you know, what are some of the things that you just, you know, you can't wait to go back for. So that's my stream tonight. They're followed by sessions, and then tomorrow I am on the Adventures with Gonzo for another breakfast wake up stream if you'd like, and that's going to be fun. And then I've got some videos planned for this week. I've got an unboxing from Corey Meets World, so I'm going to be doing that this week. And Disney Food Fridays will be back, hopefully, on Friday this week. If I can get some videos done, I'm going to do a lot of filming this week. And look out for a video on the first day of April, because that's one of my favorite days of the year. So looking forward to that. And yeah, so that's pretty much my channel. You can check me out on Twitter and on Instagram. And I think I'm really near. I think I'm only about 8 subscribers away from 1,700. So if you guys don't mind sharing out my channel, and then hopefully I could do a special stream for 1,700 subscribers. That would be really amazing. But yeah, you guys are the best, and you know, thank you, Carlos, for inviting me as onto your. It's been such a blast. I mean, anytime I could talk about food and talk with, you know, you guys and everyone in the chat, it's always a pleasure, and I'm really honored that, you know, people reach out to me and say, hey, you know, do you want to come on? And I'm like, that's, you know, I'd be delighted. And yeah, so thank you so much. Really appreciate it. It was my pleasure to have you on. Again, I am the what my term I like using. I'm the rookie. I'm the rookie within all you guys. You and you know, all the other channels I follow. Big inspiration for me deciding on doing what I do. Again, I'm only 2-3 episodes in. But I'm having a lot of fun doing it, and I have a lot of channels to thank for it, and you're one of them. So you know, if my wife would actually get on stream, she'd tell you how I felt the last few days when, you know, when you said sure I'll be on. I'm like, you know, it's DizneyDan. You're well known. I'm the little guy, so you know, it's a big thank you for being here.
And I just want to say, I think I'm going to just say on behalf of everybody in the chat that, you know, you're doing a fantastic job. You come off really naturally on these streams, and it feels like you've been doing this for a long time, and I wish you good luck with the future episodes, and obviously I'm sure everybody here and myself, any support I can give you, absolutely I'll be there, and yeah, you do a great job, and I'm looking forward to your next future episodes, and I look forward to it.
Appreciate it, and I hope you come back on, a few more times.
It'll be my pleasure.
This is so much easier when you have somebody to talk to. I give a lot of props to those guys that do it by themselves, just talking to the camera in the chat. That's when I start sweating and getting a little nervous, and words don't come out right. So that's a big help. All right, guys. Today is Saturday. We're coming up to the end. Actually, we're already past 10 o'clock. After here, if you guys can, go over to Dole Whip Dad. He's on right now at 10 o'clock. Tell him that I sent you over. Also at 10 o'clock, Practically Perfect Park Hopping. Try saying that a few times. Josh, he's also on at 10. At 11 is This Our Dreams. And at 1 o'clock, Myers and the Mouse is on. All great channels.
Yeah. It's a busy day of streaming today.
Go check out everybody's channel. Spread the love. I like to use the term numbers matter. Go subscribe. Even if you can't watch every day, catch up on the reruns, on the replays. It feels good to see those numbers go up. We don't want to be, I'm not going to do this for a living, definitely not. But it feels great to see those numbers climb. So other people like Disney Nerd Herders, It's Joey's World, Joey's Best Bud. Check everybody out. Share away on the links on my channel. That's fine. I appreciate it. I know Disney Nerd Herders will be on. I'm hoping they do another Sunday brunch like they did last week. That was cool to watch.
Yeah.
And you said VIP Project, they're on Mondays and Saturdays, and they're going to have you on tonight. So that's going to be cool. Can't wait to watch that. Chef was here earlier. Hopefully he's on tonight at 9:30. Chef's another big inspiration for what I'm doing, and I appreciate it. He's caused me a lot of trouble at home, but it's all right. My wife still
causes trouble everywhere. I mean,
yeah. Well, no, I mean, he made me laugh so hard the first time I watched them live that literally my wife kicked my behind out of bed and says, "Get out," because I was just laughing so hard. And it's like, a quarter of midnight and she's trying to get some sleep. But yeah, no, it's good.
That's Chef.
Everybody knows me, and I am live with my new shows, Saturdays, Weekend Wake Up at 8:30. And Tuesdays at 3 o'clock with Shooting the Breeze. So if anybody wants to shoot the breeze on Tuesday at 3, that's where I'll be. Everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, stay positive. We all going through it. We are all going through this, and we will all get through it together. We all miss Disney, but there's more things out there than just Disney right now, and that's family and friends and health. I personally haven't had anybody with what's going on yet, but it's spreading pretty wildly up here in Rhode Island, Massachusetts area. Yeah. So, just stay positive, wash your hands, and just watch out for the older family members, your grandparents, your parents, and whatnot, and the younger ones. Besides that is DizneyDan. Again, thank you for being here. Check him out. I am Carlos, Disney World Freak. And until next time, have a great weekend. See ya.
See you later.
Hopefully this won't freeze like it did Tuesday. And we were here a little bit. I'm going to start dancing and broadcast.